How'd you feel, Army Secom?
Excited and nervous.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Those are weird emotions to put together, that.
Don't be nervous.
Just tell Warbank what you went through, just as a quick, so he understands.
Yeah, because I don't
obviously
actually.
he doesn't
I'm listening
know
to
yet.
the conversation. I'm thinking I'll chime in when I can, but I'm not entirely sure what happened. So yeah, go on.
Okay. So when I was 12, I was really healthy until then, and I fell ill overnight. Rushed into hospital, and to cut a long story short, it turned out I had an autoimmune disease, but it took 10 years to diagnose.
Oh wow.
So I had to drop out of school at 12, study from home, was in a wheelchair, was bedbound, couldn't walk, completely like no social life. Because when you just start high school, that's where you start.
That's when you want to get out. You don't want to be inside, do you? You want to be in the sun.
So I lost like everything. Like my friends might have come round for a couple of times right at the start, but then that was it. They were getting on with their lives. Yeah. So I lost everything, and it took 10 years to diagnose it. And during that time, a lot of the medical profession thought I was making it up. It's a very rare disease. So it's a type of vasculitis. So it's like my blood vessels get inflamed, and
they thought you just
making it up. Yeah,
just,
because when you have an autoimmune condition, quite often it will trigger off in other areas of your body. So like if you have a flare up, I had a flare up in my eye, and I almost went blind, but luckily my dad's an optician. He knew what was happening.
Oh, wow.
So in hospital, the junior doctor in A&E said, "Oh, you've got conjunctivitis." And my dad literally pushed her out the way.
My dad was just like, "No, you're wrong.
Yeah,
you're wrong, son."
Yeah, he checked, and he's like, "No, get the consultant in now." And the consultant said, "Yeah, if you'd left it another hour, you probably would have gone blind." But because you have all these little things that fire off in different parts of your body.
Yeah.
It doesn't always make sense, the medical profession, because they're like, how can you have that and that and that when there is a root cause, but it was just quite rare to find it.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
You can't give him just that bit. Tell him the bit where you got the bailiffs.
Yeah. So there was a bit of, when I first fell ill at 12, they thought it was my appendix.
Right.
So I had an appendix operation.
Okay.
And that they think now that operation was what triggered off the autoimmune, because it was 2 weeks later I became really ill.
Right.
But it wasn't a straightforward operation. I think it took about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
To have your appendix out?
Yeah. And it was complicated, and like the point of sounding gross, the junior doctor
hate me with it.
He's like, he was really excited to tell my mum and dad afterwards. And he's like, we had all the stomach out on the table. It was
great. Man, that's not what your parents want to hear, is it?
No. But it was complicated, and they ended up like my appendix had wrapped round my bowel and grown into my liver. So they ended up taking out part of my bowel and like getting it out from my liver. So it was quite complicated. And then I fell ill 2 weeks later, and they didn't know what was going on. So we ended up, on the advice of a friend of my dad's who was a consultant, starting a medical negligence case.
Yeah.
But it was then the notes didn't appear from the hospital, so bailiffs had to go and get the notes, but at the last minute the notes appeared. But then it was said to us, because I was still undiagnosed at that time, so like they said to my parents, if you want to get her diagnosed, you're best dropping the case, because no doctor wants to touch her, because it was written on my notes that this was going through. So we dropped the case in order to keep going forward.
Right,
and find
okay, yeah, you've got to, rather than cut your nose off to spite your face, you sort of just got to concede a little bit there, haven't you? Which I guess in the end would be worth it then, if they eventually got through to a diagnosis.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
tell them about the sectioning bit that nearly sent you down for being a mentalist.
Well, they were sending me back and forth.
Could have said it a bit nicer, really, to be honest, but
That's what they thought about it, didn't they? That's what they thought. You know what I mean?
That's what they thought, yeah.
I'll be the nice one in the meeting, it's okay.
Okay, they were sending me back and forth from the medical side, well, like the physical medical side, to the mental health department. And every time they sent me to the mental health team, they were saying, no, she's fine. Something physically going on. But I was like ping pong, just being sent back and forth. But then I was under a famous children's hospital. I still feel really bad, like naming hospitals or anything, because it's not, it was just, I was just unlucky.
It's your experience. It's all right to name them. I think for me, this is probably one of your problems. Is actually not doing your 8 mile bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, you've got to M&M it. And you M&M it. And just lay it down on the line and just say, this is me, and, what have you got?
Yeah, what else have you got left?
We're not calling that every situation that
is like that. Yeah.
Is like that, but this is your experience and this is what happened to me.
Yeah. So Alder Hey. So the mental health department, Alder Hey, said they wanted me in for 6 weeks, and as part of this treatment, and I was still undiagnosed, and they were saying in 6 weeks you can't, I think I was about 14, 15 maybe at the time, you can't see your family at all, you can't see your parents.
I will be
15. Yeah. And we're going to do like a rehab on you, mental health, in 6 weeks, and you're fine, you'll get out the wheelchair, you'll be fine, you'll be walking. So I was in there. Well, actually, how I got there, and I'll never forget this, like I feel sick just thinking about it now. I was at home, and I think I knew it was going on, but I didn't know what was going to happen, and they turned up at my house. So the doctor, nurse turned up at my house to take me. I just started screaming.
That's like a film.
I'm not surprised that you hear people say that, saying like, we'll get the people in the white coats to come and get you. Like, it actually happened to you. That's mental. That's absolutely crazy.
And it was like, it was just a meeting at first. So we were in the house in the front room, and then they said, we want you to come in. And I ended up like locking myself in the bathroom, and I was screaming. And in my head, I'm going, you're proving them right.
I was just going to say, in hindsight, that probably didn't help your case. That you probably didn't need to. I know, to be fair, I'd have probably done the same thing.
Yeah, but I learned from that, like, as part of I think it's made me a bit more who I am. I am quite good because of all of that at detaching my emotion from the logical.
Taking emotion out of a situation and just looking at it logically. Yeah.
So, they came, and I didn't want to go. In the end, my mum said to me, look, if you don't go, then the next stage is they'll probably end up taking my brother and sister off my parents as well. Because I don't know if they thought it was some sort of like Munchausen's thing, like my parents were making me ill. We had a meeting. I'm not sure if this meeting was before or after that incident, but we had a meeting in Alder Hey. And they have a room where it's like in the film, like they sit on the other side of the wall and they can see you, but you can't see them.
That's fucked up, that, man.
Yeah.
How old were you? 15?
I was 15. So my brother and sister are younger than me. So my brother would have been 10. My sister would have been about 12. So we were in this room, and then they watch you for a bit, and there's things like colouring in the corner and everything, and
it's like one of them where they give you stuff in the room and see how you react to it.
So they were just watching our family, and I was very aware of what was happening. I think my parents were just terrified, and they even like, you put a 10-year-old in a room with like colouring in, and you say, draw me a picture, and he knows he's in a hospital, and he knows there's doctors all around. So what did you draw a picture of? His ill sister. So then that becomes, and it's not like it's so funny. It's not like him to be like that. But it's just, you're in the situation. What are you thinking of?
It's the only thing he's thinking of.
Yeah. So they analysed everything. They watched us all, and the next stage from that, if I hadn't have gone in, would have been more action on like probably involving social services and things. So I went in. And it lasted about 3 days. It was shocking. There was a girl in there, she's a bit older than me, and she had anorexia, but she just stood in the corner, just shaking, and there were kids in there who were quite violent, like throwing a big TV, not like a flat screen TV, a big old TV across the room, having just like lashing out, having these meltdowns. It was terrifying. I saw my mum that night, and then after that it was going to be, I couldn't see her for 6 weeks, but I think we meant to have like once a week family counselling. I just had a meltdown, like in my room, crying. And this is going to sound really weird now, but it happened, and it feels so real. So my dad's dad died before I was born, and I was crying and crying in the bed in this room, and I just saw him in front of me, and it's weird. I just saw him, and he just said, "You're getting out of here tomorrow. Don't worry, it'll be fine." And it just felt like he was actually. I felt calm.
It actually felt real.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, how do I get out of here? I was thinking, get out the window. Where do I go? But I just felt really calm, and then I went to sleep. And the next day, my mum and my nanaji, that's my mum's dad, turned up and took me out. And what had happened around the same time I'd had that like vision is my dad was at university. He was studying optometry at the time, and he'd spoken to one of his professors, and his professor said, "You need to get her out of there. That's not the right place for her. Don't worry about legal action or anything. Just take her out of there." And he rang my mum and said, "Go and get her." So yeah,
that's insane story, that dude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, it's quite intense, that, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Have you talked about that before with anybody? Have you been
No.
through that thing? Well, you asked me what you need to be doing is telling stories like that, because I bet there's other kids that are going through the same thing.
The story's one thing. How it ends, knowing that it gets better. That's the message that needs to get out there, really, doesn't it? Because that's some heavy shit.
How many stories
you
reckon have ended up like that? That's somebody going inside.
Yeah.
That's not actually been anything wrong with them, and going inside is actually.
And how many people do you reckon haven't got out?
Imagine
you know
30 days of that.
Yeah, you would have ended up with mental health problems being in that.
You might not have gone in with anything, but I guarantee you'd be coming out with something if you. It's intense that.
See, I've got lots of stories like that. Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know.
Fortunately.
But my worry is that I don't want to just be deep and depressing. And I worry if I tell those stories, because I've got lots more like that.
Yeah.
Then I don't want people going, "Oh, she just wants sympathy." I don't want sympathy.
Yeah, that's you're just thinking about what other people are thinking.
Yeah.
You're thinking about the 10%.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about the other 90 that are listening to you and actually thinking, shit, if she can get through all that.
Yeah.
Well, why can't I?
I think for me, like ever since I've known you, your biggest problem is overthinking. Yeah. And I put that post on the other day aimed at you because I know that's what you're doing at the time.
Yeah.
It's.
I just don't want to be like, "Oh, she's just whinging about her life and all the bad bits of her life." And
it's not whinging. I whinge that I get up in the morning. That's whinging. Yeah. You've just said to me, it's far from whinging. Like, I really wouldn't. No.
You don't come across like that though. No. I think you've got that for some reason. You've got that in your head that you come across, but you're not. You're giving advice.
You're humble.
You're giving value. You're not whinging. What you're whinging about, you're just giving advice to, if you're going through this, then I've been through it as well. DM me if anybody needs any advice. That's.
And just there doesn't have to be like a context to put that into to just say the story.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. I'm like, how do you say this?
I think if you just kind of right, okay, well today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about this experience that I've been through, and that's how you start off, and then you tell the story. And then you have a finish with it. Yeah. And it's basically just say yes. Just say yes to life is pretty much what we're saying.
Yeah.
Aren't we? Because it's like, there must be loads of people going through some shit, that you can help. And that's why we've set up the Ami shop. Exactly. So you need to, without sounding, you need to kind of get over yourself a little bit, the overthinking. Yeah. You need to stop not listening to podcasts, but don't be like doing something like this and then kind of your head's going to Joe Rogan and thinking, how are they doing? Yeah. Which is easily done. Yeah. Right? You just got to find your way. And them last 2 videos you did were sick. Yeah. Well, obviously I've not seen the second one, but I can imagine, you kind of travelling out to Lake District with the dogs. What's whinging about that?
Yeah, like I had a little bit in that video. I think I got a bit lost. We got quite lost. Yeah. But I ended up having to scramble up the side of a hill. And I'm panicking because I'm worried about falling on my back because I've got metal and wires in my back.
Yeah, like Terminator.
Yeah. So I'm panicking. My dogs realise I'm panicking. They panic because I am. They do a runner back down to the bottom. But I did a little bit to camera afterwards about, I know it might just seem I'm overreacting. You're not going to fall, you'll be fine. But this is what it is. But even though I know it's mum, God, when she watched that, she almost killed me because she didn't know I do that. She just thinks I go walking on flat grass.
Thinks you're going to have a wander.
But I've got to overcome it because.
Yeah, you've got to overcome is the fact that you start off with the video with, I know I seem like I'm overreacting, but you need to stop that bit and go straight into it.
Yeah.
Because I bet you felt a little bit awkward when you did that little bit to camera. when you were coming, and you felt like you were gonna fall.
Yeah.
You did a little bit of a segment about, you felt that awkward, didn't it? Like, you felt a bit like, oh, I don't know if I should be doing this or not. That's what you should be doing, though.
Yeah.
If it feels awkward, it feels right, and that's what it should be doing.
I had someone DM me afterwards, actually, and say, like, seeing that spoke to them because they injured their back a few years ago, and they just feel like they've been left and they've done nothing. But it's like you've gone and done something, and
see that video has touched one person, not millions, but if you've helped one person, you've already done more than
I
half the population today.
I worry about just being a depressing voice, but I know, like,
it's real.
Yeah, like, it will be balanced with all the other stuff I do as well, and like the travelling and everything. So
just fucking stop overthinking, man.
I know.
Just
I wish I could.
It'll come that, I think what you need to do, and this is my advice to you, is just do more videos.
Yeah.
You're really good on camera. You speak really well. You know how to edit, which is quite good. The last video that I saw was, it had me, and I get bored really easily.
Yeah.
I was there, mate, for 13 minutes. I get bored quick.
Oh god, yeah.
So
whenever I do a video for him, if it's not right, I'll know within 20 seconds.
It was only one camera angle, and you know what I mean. It's really, what you should do, I think, is do a little bit of video, and then if you on the side of a hill, do a bit of video, and then go to another place and then do another bit of video, and then put all them together. But it's kind of one video, but because you're changing the angles and stuff, that's probably what I do. I think you'll find your way, but like I said, I know it's easy for me to say, like, but don't overthink it. Just know what you're going to talk about, and then just do it. I won't worry about if you whinge, but your whinge is him not being able to get up in the morning because he's not had his boost. Is a little bit of a different whinge.
You know what I mean? That's a whinge.
Do you know what I mean?
I whinge a lot. That's nothing. Do you know what I mean? Don't be thinking about what other people think. Just what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What is the worst that could happen? That's all. That's what I keep thinking to myself is
just say yes.
Yeah, might annoy someone, but what's the worst that could happen? Not gonna fall apart, am I?
Yeah, I think everybody's at the stages, aren't they, where they kind of find different things hard and stuff like that. But
absolutely.
I think you're coming from a really good voice, and that's when we set the brand up. The Amy show is, there's a bit of soap in there. There's you've been through some shit. You're gonna have problems talking about stuff that your mum and your sister or your brothers, getting your nerves because you have to call them out.
Yeah.
But that's up to you. You can just say, I've had this experience, whatever.
Yeah.
You just need to do videos, dude. You were born to be doing this. That's the weird thing, is you were born to do this. Motivational speaking, just inspiring people. Even though you're talking about, you're talking about getting sectioned and somebody coming out to your house. It's so, but bloody hellfire. How many people have done that? Do you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody. You're the only person that I know.
Yeah. These horror stories and stuff like that. Like, did this, did that. You read it on the internet and everything, but we don't actually know anyone.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to someone who it's happened to, and it's just a bit like...
Yeah, it's tickling on my arms. I'm just like, fuck me, is that real?
I'm quite good at speaking to people, even if I've just met them, but now I'm just a bit like, right, I put my head back in now, because it's just just absolutely crazy that, like, it's just not.
Because it could have gone, the other way very easily.
Yeah.
So thankful that didn't happen. Yeah. So you've got to think about when you're doing videos and you think, oh, I'm whinging. Think that, fucking, I could be inside now, like, swinging from the ceilings.
Yeah.
Instead, you sat here having a conversation with us two. Do you know what I mean? It could have gone horrifically wrong.
Yeah.
I do know lots of, like, when I got ill, and first of all, they thought I had ME. So they, like, there was a support group, and my mum and dad would go, like, all the kids had ME. And I know, like, people I've met from different illnesses along the way, because I've ended up in probably every hospital department you can think of. And not everyone makes it through to a good place.
Yeah.
Even if they recover physically, it just messes, like, the whole process of being undiagnosed and being not believed and having something rare. It doesn't always end up in a good place. It doesn't always leave you stronger. So I am.
You need to be the voice of that as well. You need to be the voice of that, I mean. These are the things you need to be talking about. I get you, talk about that, but, the next video, do the travelling bit if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, do 2, we'll call them whinging videos, right?
Yeah.
Because I think it's just funny anyway.
We've got that label.
Yeah,
We
right.
like it. We like
So
that label.
let's do 2 whinging videos and then a motivational one. Let's do 3 whinging videos and then another.
Yeah.
But whatever happens with the whinging at the end of it, it's going to be motivational. You've got to, the end bit's got to be, look, I've been through this shit.
Yeah.
If you've been through it, DM me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just message me and you go for a coffee or whatever.
As long as you bring it back in.
Yeah.
Towards the end of it, then you it's fine. Like it says, if someone DM'd you that, with that other segment you did at the end of it where you said you nearly fell. That one person who messaged you and said, I felt like I was on my own and everything, but watching your videos are absolutely fantastic. That must have felt good.
Yeah.
Must have felt.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking back when I was at my worst, I wished I had someone.
Yeah.
That I could have related to or I had spoken to, and because you just feel so alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I've never been through anything like that. So
not many people are, but that's your thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that,
and then
that is your thing.
Like reclaiming it, and getting something for myself.
Own it.
Yeah, own it rather than letting it just being a big like black spot in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people should own stuff, own themselves. I don't think that many people own themselves anymore. I think a lot of people are lost and stuff because of things that have happened to the past, or they're not getting anything from the future. So they feel lost. But if you can actually own your problems and own everything you've been through,
it makes you.
Exactly. And I think, you know, podcasts, YouTube and stuff like that, watch them, just get inspiration from them, but you know, don't let it sort of like depict what you do.
Yeah.
So what have you got planned? What have you got coming up?
I'm going to America.
Yeah.
I keep telling everyone, like, oh, it's next month. It's a month away. It's a month. And I'm like, no, it's 2 weeks today. Just realised.
And what are you doing?
So I'm going to see my sister. She lives in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and have I told her I want a full Texan cowboy
you want the full experience, the full tourist. You want the hat and the boots, the Spurs
this, like,
on.
Cowboy place.
Are you going to record it all?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Knew that were coming.
You do it like a vlog.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
You better do.
Like day 1 we did this, day 2. Where we are now?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Just put a really cool blog together and stuff from it. Yeah, definitely. How long are you there for?
I'm in Texas for I think it's about 5 days, and then I'm going to LA. I'm doing a tour. It's a Kontiki tour. It's like a travel group. I've never met anyone.
Yeah.
I think it's about 12 days, 10 days, something like that. So going from.
Then what I probably would say is get somewhere that you can actually download your data from your phone, because you'll be doing a lot.
Could do it onto the iCloud.
Yeah, the iCloud you could do, couldn't you?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, from the phone, if she's doing all these recordings and stuff like that, it's going to get quite heavy in it on storage.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Welcome to the conversation, Warbank.
No, I was thinking like, did you mean wirelessly or that is in like the iCloud or not?
Because I'm not taking.
What phone have you got?
iPhone X.
Oh yeah, just buy some extra iCloud storage.
Yeah,
just save it straight into them.
Yeah.
So with you going to LA, you're meeting like loads of people you've never met before. You should be recording them as well.
Yeah.
You should be recording them as well.
It's exciting.
They'll make some like really good videos now.
Yeah, that would be good.
But what I do is record it all, but just keep giving us snippets on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, like little, but don't put anything on YouTube because I don't think I'll be able to.
I don't know if you get enough time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll do it maybe when you get back, but just give us snippets
like
from
bits.
bits. Really cool.
Yeah, so that will be good. I'm going to do like Las Vegas, LA, Yosemite, Grand Canyon.
Nice.
So jealous.
There's an opportunity. I'm probably going to do it. I'm not told my mum because she'll kill me. For a balloon ride over the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
like, I would love.
You're just rubbing it in now, aren't you? You're just rubbing it in now.
Do you want to do something like that, Woman?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's good advice. Absolutely terrified of them.
Yeah.
I think I'll go really dizzy, but I'm just going to do it.
Oh, you should do.
Yeah, and just pass out. Forget the experience.
Yeah, forget.
Just like,
yeah, we're good. Yeah, when I land, totally awake for everything. Yeah, fine.
Just
like,
problem.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That'll be good, and just meeting like new people as well, and hopefully get on with everyone.
Next thing I want you to do is have a look at ghostwriter as well to write your book for you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you need to be journaling, recording and stuff and getting all your experiences down, and then get a ghostwriter to write a book for you.
Okay.
Which would be really cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Explain to the listeners what a ghostwriter is.
Ghostwriter is basically just sit in front of somebody, tell your experiences, and they write a book for you. Then you can put it online and go, I've just written a book, and everybody goes, fucking hell.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, and it's not that hard. Everybody's like, fucking hell, they wrote a book, they must be so professional. You're like, no, you just sit down in something and just like waffle shit.
Do you know, like, one of my earliest dreams was to write a book. Yeah. I've always been obsessed with reading. I could read and write by the time I was 2.5. My mum was like, housing me.
I know, yeah, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, I want to write a book one day, I want to write a book.
I think I was about 21 when I was able to read.
Yeah, I still haven't got my vowels on lock yet, but I'm getting that.
Or it could be harsh.
Yeah, I know, yeah, big difference. Big difference. Did you ever keep a journal? You know, when you were going through...
Yeah, on and off.
It's hard, isn't it, when you're having a bad day? Yeah. The last thing you want to do is fucking write down your shit.
And I had I'm quite into vision boarding and things like that as well. And I still do to a degree in my mind. Particularly when I was going through it at that time, if I write it down, I'm reinforcing it. Yeah. And it was the opposite of what I wanted to do. I wanted to go, no, this is not, I don't, like if I see it on paper, then I'm reinforcing it. Yeah. And it's different writing after, but at the time I didn't want to put any more energy or attention into what I didn't want, which is what was happening to me at the time.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. It's like you fucking sort of reinforcing, kind of going through this fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I always think it makes it more real when you write
it. But looking back now, would you say it would have helped you writing it down? Or would you think it would have reinforced the fact you're going through shit?
Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Do you know what I used to do, though? It's really embarrassing. I used to songwrite.
Yeah.
Why is that embarrassing?
I don't know.
Everything's embarrassing. She talks about it. She can't talk about anything.
Favourite colour's blue, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Is it? Is your favourite colour blue?
Yeah.
Oh, what a guess.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
What do you used to write?
Songs.
No, well, I know it's
Do you want to sing us anything?
No, I don't.
Do you want to sing us a tune?
No.
I'll give you a beat. No.
No.
Were they about love?
About everything. Yeah.
Really?
And I feel like...
Have you still got them?
Some of them, yeah. And I used to write poetry as well, which is embarrassing.
Why is that embarrassing?
I don't know.
You need. This is the one thing you need to really get over yourself, I mean.
I know. I need to.
Big time, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the nice thing about doing this podcast right now is that we've got you right at the beginning of your journey, your media journey, and just watching you blossom from this into what the person you're going to become is pretty exciting for us to watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You really do need to get over yourself.
Yeah.
Seriously. Stop overthinking and just do.
Just do it, yeah. I'm getting better. God, if you'd met me a year or so ago, you'd be like...
That's all right. We can see now, 12 months' time,
Yeah.
We'll be able to look back at this.
Yeah.
Listen to the audio. Tell you to download that podcast. Listen to what you were 12 months ago.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, look, I've not said anything embarrassing for 6 months.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, oh my God.
I'm just proud that we've been part of it.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's an
I'm
honour.
Truly, truly proud of that. I've been able to help you brand up. Like, when you first came in, you would come in for dog training videos.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, you carry on doing that, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew that when we were first talking. So for me to kind of get to a point now where you kind of, I could have come and go, you come on my podcast now when you're famous and you what's it, but I don't really believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't really believe in getting celebrities on my podcast or anything.
Yeah.
I prefer people who, have kind of
really,
right at the start.
right at the start.
I'm not getting anything from this. It's not like you've got thousands of followers where I'm going to put this on and Ami's going to share it. I'm going to get fucking more thousands. I'm not about that. I'm about the start of the journey to kind of when and then we can go, I interviewed her, I helped her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That feels far better than...
Well, you've got a talent, I think, for just seeing like that thing.
Yeah.
That was, and like I said, I've had this conversation, particularly for the last year or so with my friends, and I've been saying, I'm going to do a podcast, I'm going to vlog, and I just knew I wanted to do it. It was something in me I always wanted to do, but you just picked up that straight away about me, that there was more to what I wanted to do than what I was actually telling you. So yeah, I feel like I was meant to meet you.
Yeah, it's fate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love stuff
Yeah,
like it's like him there. he's only just started doing podcasts. He's doing it 2 days a week. He's not getting paid. I can see something in him, and eventually he's going to get a job here. He's going to be amazing and do more stuff like this with people. It's just seeing these amazing people around and kind of going, right, okay, this is what you need to do. And it's hard. You're not getting any money from the Ami Show. No. Everything you've got to do right now is got to be authentic, real, and it just feels good. Yeah. So when you do start reaping the rewards and people are paying you $100 just to do like a you know what I mean?
Come and do an half an hour session in front of 1,000 people, for example, or something like that.
And then you go, you know what? I'm going to give a majority of that to whoever you think best fits it. That feels good.
Yeah.
Done it?
Yeah.
Really
it does,
good.
To be able to give back, because I've always struggled with that. I'm not materially motivated.
Yeah, you're not in it for the stuff, as they say.
No, and I've always thought, well, why would I want the money from being successful? Like, it just feels wrong. It doesn't sit right with me. But then thinking about what I can do with that as well to help other people. Yeah. That fires me. I can feel that in myself
which is good. That's what makes you different than a number of people. That you want success, but you want to do something with that success. You don't want success to, in 30 years' time, to retire somewhere in the middle of Spain. Yeah. Sit there on a boat. That's not why you want success. You want success because you want to give back. You want to do something with your time. Yeah. You want to stop. Nothing. Yeah, you could do. Yeah, this could take off. 10 years' time, you might be in a position where you just say, "I've had enough now." Yeah. But you actually want to do something with it, and that's what makes it so. That's what makes it so good. That's what makes it so special.
Yeah, I've got to be doing something all the time. So
yeah. I don't blame you. I'd be the same.
I'm excited for you, dude. Honestly, really excited for you. Yeah. But I think what you've got to do is, you've got a good mindset with that, is just remember to enjoy this journey. Yeah. The bad times, the good times, the stuff where you feel you're going to feel lost loads of times. Yeah. And you know that. Yeah, you're going to carry on. You're going to be like a week out. You're going to be in your bedroom trying to do a video. You're going to be lost again. Yeah. Just remember these times and kind of go, just remember the journey. Because I feel like a lot of people forget about the journey. Yeah. And they concentrate too on that goal and try to get there, and they're working, they're grafting. Everyone's like, I'm fucking hustling, I'm working hard. But they don't realise in that moment that they should enjoy it. Yeah. Life is what's happening to you now. Yeah. And this is it's the journey that makes it. And that's what that quote is there, that's my kind of philosophy about, it moves really fast, this, and you've got to stop and look around and go, you know what, I'm actually doing a podcast with Ami Secon from the Ami Show. Because in 2 years' time, you're going to be massive. That I was there right from the beginning to help her out. Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking right now. Yeah. And that's important for everybody else to think. I think we keep doing these podcasts. I think you're just going to get better each time. But for now, I think we've only got like maybe 10 subscribers. But for the 10 subscribers we have got,
I think I'm one of them.
Yes, we're making. Ami's one of ours.
Yes, to be fair, I'm one of my own.
I'm not even a subscriber yet.
Motherfucker,
traitor.
So for our 10 subscribers, how can people find you? Where can they go to come and follow you? So
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter on the Ami Show.
At the Ami Show, or do I just type in the Ami Show?
Type in the Ami Show, or I'm at Ami Secon.
Cool.
And
YouTube, I'm on YouTube as well.
Yeah, YouTube. The
Not set up your podcast yet, but we can do that soon, can't we?
Yeah. Can't wait to do that.
So I want everybody to go and follow Ami. Everybody.
Ami, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you for telling me your story. It's been
a pleasure.
Absolutely mental. Right. Thank you for having it. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to say to everyone? If you could give, just to sign off then, if you could give one piece of advice to anyone listening right now who may be going through similar stuff, or went through similar stuff, or even something who's just having a bad day, who just needs a little bit of a pick me up, if you could give people one piece of advice, what would it be?
Whatever's happening to you now is happening in this moment, and it doesn't mean that this is the way it's going to be forever. And the power lies within you. Even with illness, it's not something you can just wash away and it's going to go, but your mental state is what you do with your mind that makes a difference in your life. Yeah, and what's happening right now doesn't define your whole life.
Beautiful.
Just say yes.
Just say yes. All right. Thank you very much.
Peace.
Bye now.